Hey everyone, thanks for checking out today's video. Today is Monday, April 29th, 2013. Let's get right into the SPY. Nice right now. The market is holding up very nicely after I kind of anticipated a nice little pullback, but right there on low light volume, only 88.2 million shares traded today. That's why you're seeing a nice float up on lower volume. I always anticipate if it's under 100 million shares, I think that's very light volume. So you have to give a benefit of the doubt to the buyers. We'll float this market up on very light volume. So right now we are into this pivot high, pull back nicely on it intraday. Believe it or not, guys, we still are in this potential head and shoulder pattern because we still didn't close or take out this above high here that we made a few weeks ago in early April. Okay, so potentially we still have this pattern, but we are in an uptrend. So you don't necessarily want to short here. I mean, you can with a good risk reward. You might get a pullback to the 50-day moving average, perhaps. I'm sorry, the 20-day moving average. You still have an uptrend intact, so you don't want to fight the trend right now. But we are at these highs. If you took a short here, not how I trade, but the risk is very low compared to your downside if you want to give it a try to the 20-day moving average. Okay, so you have about $3.50 of downside, give or take, and you have pretty much a 70 cents. Even less than that, 60 cents stop. Okay, guys, if you start trading above it on volume, you can go ahead and take that. But it's not always prudent to just short at pivot highs or pivot lows. So you always want to put it together, price pattern, Fibonacci's, all those factors into play. But right now, let's see if this market can build a base here. If you can stay above this 157.70, kind of hold this area and make a consolidation pattern, let it bake in the oven here. Yeah, sure. Then we'll look to see if it can shoot higher and make new 52-week highs on the SPY. Okay, guys, let's go to Apple's chart. Apple is showing a little bit of strength here today, testing its 50-day moving average on a downtrend. So is this the low that's putting on Apple? We'll see right now. It did get back above this previous support, now resistance, broke above it. So what you want to see is hold the 420 area. You want to see it hold that and make a base here and see if it's still into this trend line as well. So the downtrend is still intact. See all these moving averages coming down. It's still the same trend that's been going on since it made this high, okay, back in, I believe, in September of 2012. So we're still in that downtrend. And it looks like it may look at the volume here. The volume is getting pretty good here, so a lot of buyers are coming in. So we're gonna see how it all plays out here. If it makes a nice base here above 420, I think you can go along there. A nice pattern, and it may be signaling that the downtrend may be ending. Let's look at the weekly chart. The weekly chart, we also got a nice reversal candle. You could call this like a piercing candle where it took out halfway of this bar on decent volume. So that's always a sign that could be a not in bullish engulfing candle, but close to it, where it takes out the midpoint of this candle. That's usually a signal of a reversal candle on higher volume. So that's a really good indication. And we took out the previous support, now resistance, now support. It should be support again as long as we make a nice base above it. And it looks like if we can break above this upper trend line that we've been riding. This right here, I'm making it in red, guys, so you can see what I'm talking about. We're pretty much right into it right now, so let's see how it reacts to it. I think it has a chance to retest these previous highs over here, okay, guys, for now. But then I think it's going to need more consolidation if it wants to go any higher than that. Okay, so today we are right into resistance. Okay, once to recap Apple, not surprised you took a nice, if you took a short here intraday, got a nice pullback off a declining 50-day moving average. Okay, guys, you want to go long here, I would take it right at 420. If it retests 420, that's your spot right there. That's your point of reference. That must hold. Okay, if it starts going back below, to me, it's going to retest these lows. Okay, so you want to see 420 hold on Apple. Let's look at GLD. GLD right into that gap fill that I called way back in here. That's going to probably go for the gap fill. Right into that nice pattern. Also a declining 20-day moving average. So this is actually a nice little pattern here into nice resistance on a downtrend, starting into the 20 moving average. First hit, that's usually a nice spot to sellers to try to come in, which is also a gap fill. Okay, let's see where that takes us. The weekly chart, I called out a low here with this camera candle, and sure enough, that's playing out beautifully. Amazon, all these lines are just perfect. I mean, if you go to my previous videos, these lines have not moved, and it's just beautiful how you put together trend lines and moving averages, and it's crazy how they all just stall right at those lines. I'm talking about this kind of falling channel here that I called out. went right into it. I always talked about 200 moving averages or moving averages. When there's a support that's just below it, they always like to go to that lower level. All right, and we're stopping right around there, the 249.50. Let's see if this breaks. If this breaks, guys, this is gonna take you all. The measured move takes you roughly to 220. Okay, guys, so we have to watch out for that. And if we do have another close above the 200 here, another below this low, that will confirm below the 200. So you can look for some further downside. First target would be the 242.50. This pivot, that's going to be a very, very evident support. So right there, I said if it hits that, I'm going to start selling puts below probably the 220. So if it hits if it's 240 here, 242, I'll probably sell some puts below the 220 here, okay, below that, and this trend line as well. I think it'll get a bounce right here easily. Okay, guys, let's look at Google. Google had a nice little pullback retracement, and then again a nice bounce here. Not much to do there. Did kind of find support at the 20, so I'm not surprised that it bounced, but not much going there. Let's look at the IWM. Once again, these trend lines just work out beautifully. I call this trend line here. It's testing it again, stalled out once again at this upper trend line. Okay, so let's see if it can kind of hold this level. If it can hold a 382 retrace, that usually shows that there's some strength, and then it might have more legs. Let's take a fib and see where exactly it's holding. As you can see, it is holding a 382 retrace. It actually held the 25. So if it can hold pretty much 92, consolidate in this area, I think it has a lot of room. It can hold a 382 retrace with, note, it has a 20 moving average and just a 10-day moving average sloping up as well. So 92 is going to be your spot to see if it can hold with the 382 retrace, and these moving averages all stuck in the same area. Let's look at anything else. We want to take a quick, a few ganders at. I think that's pretty much it. Price line still kind of holding that trend line that I called out right here. It's still bouncing off that. Let's see. This looks like a bearish retracement. Now it's kind of flagging sideways off a bigger down move though. So we're gonna have to see if this trend line will hold. Let's look at Facebook. I don't ever really look at Facebook. Let's look at some more of these tech stocks. Kind of making could be a diamond reversal kind of here, but it is making a lower high off this kind of wedge here. So let's see if it kind of can still ride this trend line. It's still in this kind of this consolidation range. Not much to do. That's what I'm seeing on Facebook for right now. Not much going there. Look at the Qs. Qs should be, yep, it's going up to close that new, I believe, 12-year high. So that's holding pretty bullish. Let's see if we can confirm. See if we can get another close above this high. That will confirm above this level, and that way this will be okay, support on the way down. So let's say, for instance, if it closes tomorrow above this high, and then it pulls back to this level, that's now going to be confirmed support, okay, because it was resistance before, and we confirmed above that level, okay. And it does look like a bigger triangular kind of, let's see, it looks like we're still kind of in this channel that we're riding. So it looks like we kind of broke out of it. Let me just do this just live, and yeah, we're right into that right now, guys. So we have to see how it all plays out right into that upper channel. So it will be very interesting to see how it reacts from here. And let me pull this down a little bit. So, but this is a nice little range, consolidation range here off this down move, and we're kind of slowly retracing all the way back up to this. Let's see, these highs made back in 2012. Okay, guys. So I don't believe it closed that new 12-year highs, but because it looks like we're right into that level right now. But let's see. Maybe it made new highs. I'm not sure. I'd have to break it down more carefully when I get more time. Let's look at anything else we want to look at. We looked at the SPY, looked at Google. Let's look at, I think that's pretty much it, guys. I just want to do a quick update, just see what I'm looking at. Beautiful week last week, and we'll continue to do it this week. And I hope you guys have a great day, great evening. Have a great one. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.